can stop me now.
There we go. What is going on, y'all? You already know what time it is. It is time for the most uncut, unfiltered, and uncensored sports talk show you will find on social media. Now, before we get into it, don't forget to click the link in the description of this video and be sure to click the tab that says truevictory.com. They are veteran owned, veteran operated, and they have a lot of good things going for them. I myself am repping their merchandise right now. Like I said, they got a lot of good stuff going on, and I'll tell you what, aside from t-shirts, look, they have what you're looking for. They have gym accessories, they have bags, they have patches, they have again, they have what you're looking for. Once you have found what you're looking for, be sure to use code No Mercy Sports 15 for 15% off your entire purchase. Or if you're like myself and trying to get back into the gym, hey, I'll tell you what, be sure to click the other link that says Linktree Fit for Life Fitness, and be sure to click on the tab that says the Conqueror Challenge. You get real life medals for conquering virtual challenges. It is worth it. I swear to God, it's worth it. On top of that, on myself, like I said, I'm still trying to get back into the gym, and on top of that, yes. Anyways, like I was saying, if you're trying to get back into the gym, be sure to click on the tab that says the best at-home workout programs you will find, and once you sign up, be sure to use code James K Body Bravo Oscar Delta India for 15% off when you do sign up. Now, without further ado, let's get into today's episode. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. It's going to be a fun time, and it's also going to be an awesome time. So let's get into it, baby. Man, oh man, does it feel like forever and a century since I've done an episode for the most uncut, unfiltered, and uncensored sports talk show you will find on social media. It really does feel like it has been forever and a fucking century. But Friday is here. It has come. My apologies for again, being out of the game because work has pulled me in that direction, but I don't mind it. Why? Because, hey, when you're making that money, it speaks for itself. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, we got the Winter Olympics going on right now. And all I got to say is go Team USA. The women's hockey team shut out those maple syrup fucking suckers 5-0. And then the men's team proceeded to belt to ass on Latvia. We want fucking Canada in the gold medal matchup, baby. We're coming for that ass, Canada. You hear me? Anyways, enough about the Winter Olympics and the rivalry that we have going on with Canada right now. Let's talk about something that we know a thing or two about, and that Canada is fucking lacking in. That is basketball, baby. Look, it looked as though we were going to see Arizona go undefeated this season and be the first team since the 75-76 Indiana Hoosiers to go undefeated and also win the national championship, going into the greatest college sports tournament of all time, mind you. Unfortunately, it didn't play out that way because Kansas had other plans and would deliver Arizona their first loss on the season. Well, you know what? there was also a silver lining somewhere in there. Why? Because at the time, St. Louis, of all teams, was also another undefeated team. And on top of that, it looked like they were going to go into the college. It looked like they were going to go into the March Madness tournament undefeated. Unfortunately, that didn't work out for them, as well as they would suffer their first loss on the season as well. Now, with the tournament on the horizon, and with Michigan, Arizona, and St. Louis being the only one-loss teams left, are we looking at the three best teams going into the March Madness tournament? To that, I say, nana. I say, no, sir. Look, Arizona is a great team. Yes, they have one loss. Michigan is considered one of the best teams going into the March Madness tournament, and they also have one loss. They lost to unranked Wisconsin at the time. But look, as good as they are, look, as good as those two teams are, I will say this. As long as UConn has Dan Hurley, I really foresee UConn hoisting up that national championship trophy by the end of this March Madness tournament. I'm calling it as I see it. They have won 2 championships in the last 3 to 4 freaking years. You cannot deny that. All right? I'm calling it like I'm seeing it. All right? UConn has hoisted up the national championship 2 out of the last 4 freaking years. Now, does Michigan have a chance? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, they do. Does Arizona have a chance? Yeah, absolutely, they do. Does Duke have a chance? There's a ton of teams that have a fucking shit ton of chances to hoist up the national championship. But like I said, so long as UConn has Dan Hurley as their head coach, I really foresee the fact that UConn is going to be hoisting up that national championship multiple times in the foreseeable future. Now, it's not a knock on any of the other teams whatsoever. Again, I'm just calling it like I see it, all right? But look, as the rankings sit right now, give me a sec. As the rankings sit right now, wow, did UConn drop after their second loss? Did UConn drop after their second loss? As the top 10 rankings sit right now, we got Arizona at number 1. We got Michigan at number 2. We got Houston, ironically, at number 3 with 2 losses as well. We got Duke, 2 losses as well at the number 4 spot. Yet somehow, some way, Iowa fucking State of all teams with 3 losses on their record is above UConn. Anyways, I digress. Iowa State is number 5. Number 6 is UConn. Number 7 is Nebraska. Number 8 is Illinois. Number 9 is Kansas, and closing it out at the 10th spot is Michigan State with 4 losses. Ooh. Sorry, I'm looking at the rankings right now, and I'll tell you what. I made a TikTok a while back of crapping on Purdue that, they were ranked higher above Florida, despite the fact that Florida were the national champions. Right now, as I'm seeing it, Purdue is sitting in the 13th spot, sitting at 20-4, with Florida hot on their tail, sitting at the 14th spot at 18-6. And I'll tell you what, if Florida can finish on a strong note, look, I know that Florida may have lost a good chunk of their roster to the NBA draft. But I'll tell you what, if Florida can keep up the momentum that they're on, let's not take away the losses that, or let's not forget the losses that Florida has had have been to some really impressive teams. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, like I said, if Florida can keep their momentum going, man, we could be looking at another team. We could be looking at another team that could be hoisting up the national championship trophy as well. So, Florida is definitely going to be that second spot that could hoist up the national championship going into the March Madness tournament. But speaking of the March Madness tournament, spring training is on the horizon, but so is something better. The greatest college sports tournament of all time. It's not even close. That tournament being March Madness. Right now, the top 25 rankings is showing that quite a few teams have a serious argument to make a run. As we draw closer to the March Madness tournament, which team has the best chance to hoist a national championship? Well, like I said, you already know. You already know what I said. Obviously, number one, I got UConn. Number two is obviously going to be Florida State. But I will say this: I am not downing Michigan anytime soon to be in that 3 spot. Man, oh man, this tournament is going to be so much fun to watch. It's not going to be lopsided in any way, shape, or form. I'll tell you that right now. It's not going to be lopsided. It's going to be fun. We're going to see some Cinderella runs. We're going to see some really insane, underrated teams just come out of nowhere. Like Nebraska, for example. Yeah, they have 3 losses, but I'll tell you what, Fred Hoiberg, where in the fuck was this kind of coaching when you were on the goddamn Bulls, my guy? That's all right. That's all right, though. That's all right. Sometimes you can't hack in the professionals, so sometimes you need to go down to, or sometimes you need to go back down to college and show why you were better there than you were in the professional league, my guy. Again, no disrespect, but anyways, I will say this, though. Nebraska, very underrated team. They have a serious resume on their hands, and they very well could make a run in the NCAA tournament. Only time will tell. We are so close. We're probably, we're 2 weeks away from the March Madness tournament, or actually a month away probably from the March Madness tournament. I, for one, cannot wait. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. Upsets are on the horizon. Oh, God, I cannot freaking wait. But let's move on from some college basketball and discuss some NFL. Why? Because, look, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I really do wish nothing but success for Shedeur Sanders. But the people that literally break an arm jerking this kid off, it's just, they make it nearly impossible to root for this kid. Sure, he went 3-4, but his numbers don't add up as to why he should have been named a Pro Bowler. Look, 1,400 yards, 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and a quarterback rating of 19. The NFL really looked at that and said, yep, he's a Pro Bowler. In any case, did making Shedeur Sanders a Pro Bowler, despite the numbers he put up through 7 games, show how big of a joke the NFL Pro Bowl really is? The fucking A, it did. It really did show. Like, look, we had Drake May. We had other people way before Shedeur Sanders was going to be a Pro Bowler. But I'll tell you what, the only reason that Drake May and others weren't in the Pro Bowl was because they were in the goddamn playoffs competing for a fucking Super Bowl. Something that the Cleveland Browns know nothing about. Literally know nothing about. They were just, the fans were literally breaking an arm, just happy about the fact that Shedeur Sanders was actually starting, and also happy about the fact that, hey, he went 3-4. That's something to be happy about. No, the fuck it isn't. You're really going to sit there, look at his numbers, and say, 1,400 yards, 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 19 QBR is definitely Pro Bowl worthy, and anybody who says otherwise is racist? Get the fuck out of here. No, he just sucks. All right? He literally had his hand held by his fucking daddy. Cleveland wanted this fucking Cleveland wanted this fucking publicity. People, the amount of people that are on social media right now are blowing my fucking mind. 31 other teams passed on him. He was labeled a bust. He was labeled this. He was labeled that. Yeah, guess what? Now we're about to see what he can do going into the offseason. And on top of that, see what he can do with a full participation. The fucking NFL got it wrong naming this kid a Pro Bowl. They label it's a joke. The NFL Pro Bowl is a goddamn joke. Who wants to compete in flag fucking football? Like, oh my God. It is unreal. Like, don't get me wrong. I do like some of the other stuff that the NFL Pro Bowl is doing. Like, the catching contest, for example, or the skills, or like, for God's sake, let's bring back the fucking, what do you call it? Let's bring back the throwing competition, for crying out loud. All right? Let's bring that back. Because that was actually fun to watch. Not whatever the fucking flag football bullshit is. But speaking of jokes, look. Oh, man. I know my wife is definitely going to be sounding off in the background because, look, did I hate Bill Belichick when he and the Patriots were running the league and winning Super Bowl after Super Bowl? Hell fucking yeah, it was. Did I hate him to the point where I thought that Bill Belichick shouldn't be a first ballot Hall of Famer? Absolutely the fuck not. The only thing that Bill Belichick was lacking in was wins in general, which we all know that Don Shula is number one in that category. But when you look at the playoffs, Bill Belichick is the winningest coach in NFL history, and it's not even close. But apparently, when you're accused of something like Spygate and fucking Deflategate, and yet you still silence the haters of, you still silence the haters of still winning games and still winning Super Bowls. You still don't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame on a first ballot. Did Bill Polian saying Belichick needs to wait an extra year due to Spygate and Deflategate show how shameful the NFL Hall of Fame committee is? Absolutely fucking yes. Because y'all, it really won't surprise me if fucking Cam Newton gets in on a first ballot. But you're going to deny Bill Belichick, arguably the winningest coach in NFL history? 9 Super Bowl appearances, 6 Super Bowl wins, 8 in total. 2 of them came from him being a defensive coordinator for, ironically, the New York fucking Giants. 3-time Coach of the Year and 31 playoff wins. Most in NFL history, by the way. But because he was accused of shit and still silenced the fucking haters, myself included, he's snubbed from a first ballot Hall of Fame spot. Why? Because Bill Polian is a fucking snowflake. Did I hate Bill Belichick when he was the head coach of the New England Patriots? Yeah, you bet your ass. Did I hate him to the point where I believe that he shouldn't be a first ballot Hall of Famer? No, the fuck I did not. That whole thing is a fucking mystery that Sherlock Holmes himself couldn't solve. And I'm dead serious when I say that, because Bill Belichick is, like, you could literally cut Belichick's resume in half. He's still a first ballot Hall of Famer. It is absolutely fucking insanity that Bill Polian really came out and said, well, you know what? He's got to wait an extra year because of Spygate and Deflategate. No, you just hate him. You fucking hate him. Fucking admit it, you little bitch. But, you know, I mean, it is what it is. Anybody that is really defending Bill Polian for what he said, or even saying like, oh, well, you know what? He did have multiple Spygates against him, and it showed that he was cheating. Okay, cool. Guess what? He was still winning games. He was still hoisting up the Lombardi Trophy. And I'll tell you one thing. If it wasn't for Napoleon Dynamite, a.k.a. Nick Foles, and Eli Manning, he'd be undefeated in the Super Bowl. But if you actually want to side with Bill Polian, that's a fucking you problem. All right? Because, look, like I said, the NFL Hall of Fame committee is a fucking joke, and they really showed it by snubbing Bill Belichick a first ballot Hall of Fame spot. Absolutely disgraceful, just because it's like, oh, well, you know what? If Shedeur Sanders can be a fucking Pro Bowler, let's just make the NFL a goddamn popularity contest while we're at it. Unreal. It just really irks me. I swear to God. But we're going to take our first commercial break. We're going to be back with some Super Bowl talk, because, man, we're not even a week out from the Super Bowl, but Vegas is already predicting the Seahawks really have a chance to run it back. We'll be right back in just a minute. For right now, we're going to take a quick commercial break.
the one you love to hate. Andrew Anderson, spitting truth that just can't wait. Got a podcast, like a punch right to your face. College sports villain, taking it over the place. I bring the facts whether you like it or not. Dropping truth bombs, giving it all I got. They call me a villain, well, I wear that badge with pride. Nothing but secrets they try to hide. I rock in my veins, rebellious to the core. I won't back down, won't take it anymore. The bad guy of the podcast world, that's me. Unleashing the truth, setting it all free.
Nobody can stop me now.
All right. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. Sorry about that rant about the NFL Hall of Fame committee and fucking Shador Sanders being named a Pro Bowl despite his horrendous fucking numbers. But I will say this. Look, we got the Super Bowl in the book right now, and we're going to get to it in just a bit, but Sam Darnold can say he is the first one of this quarterback class to hoist up the Lombardi Trophy. Now, let's talk about the Super Bowl real quick. It is absolute madness how much food is consumed during Super Bowl Sunday. I looked at the numbers and I couldn't even begin to fathom the fucking analogies that were being made. Here's what I found. During Super Bowl Sunday, 12.5 million pizzas are ordered, which is enough to stretch from Boston to Seattle. Keep that in mind. 12.5 million pizzas. On top of that, we got 1.5 billion. 1.5 billion with a B as in Bravo. 1.5 billion wings are consumed, which is enough to feed 4 people, which is enough for 4 people in the entire United States of America. Aside from that, 325 million gallons. You heard that right. 325 million gallons of beer is consumed on Super Bowl Sunday, which is enough to fill, and I cannot exaggerate this enough, 500 Olympic-sized fucking swimming pools. 500! If that wasn't crazy enough, let's talk about the appetizers. The main one being chips. 139 million pounds of chips are consumed, which is enough to fill Fenway fucking Park. Fenway Park is a pretty big baseball stadium. And finally, 100 million avocados are used to make guacamole, which is enough to fill Pike Place floor to fucking ceiling. Absolute insanity. does the Super Bowl not only show how many people tune in, but also show just how much food is ordered and consumed during that day. Yes, the fuck it does. The numbers are there. The proof is in the fucking pudding. Like I said, 12.5 million pizzas, 1.5 billion wings, 139 million pounds of fucking chips, and 100 million avocados for guacamole alone.
Oh my god.
That's the wife in the background. I'm surprised she didn't go off on my Bill Belichick rant. God damn. But yeah, Super Bowl Sunday really does show just how much food is consumed and how much beer is drunk. Thank you.
Drunken.
I want to say drunk.
English is hard.
Anyways, yeah, the Super Bowl really brings out like insane fucking numbers, and it the number, a lot of things lie, but numbers never will. And like, wow, the amount of pizza that it's ordered, the amount of beer that is consumed, the amount of chips that are consumed, the amount of wings that are consumed, for crying out loud, and the amount of guacamole that is made on Super Bowl Sunday. Look, again, I just presented the numbers to you. It's absolute insanity. But speaking of the Super Bowl, the Seahawks and Patriots did battle with one another. Not exactly the result that I was thinking that it was actually going to be. But you know what? Hey, congratulations to the Seattle Seahawks. I will say this, though. For 5 years, 5 years is what the Buffalo Bills had in order to claim the AFC East as theirs, and did absolutely nothing with it. They did nothing. Did they win the AFC East? Yeah, absolutely. Did they win multiple? Like, did they win 2-3 Super Bowls in the process? No, the fuck they did not. The Buffalo Bills did nothing, while the Patriots were essentially in the slums, or basically knocked down. They were knocked off the pedestal. Not only have the excuses run out for Josh Allen, but all the Bills did was let the Patriots buy their time to let the Patriots reclaim what was once theirs for so long. In May's second year as a quarterback and Vrabel's first year as a head coach, and coming off a 4-13 season the previous year, the Patriots went back to the Super Bowl. I really want y'all to process what I'm saying. Until Drake May came to town, the Patriots were knocked down to normal size. The second that Drake May came to town, and the second that Mike Vrabel was named the head coach, the Patriots go back to the Super Bowl. Now, you can talk all you want about how easy their schedule was. Guess what? Winning is winning. And I'll tell you what right now. Y'all are the same dumbasses that really complained when Brady was winning, and also had the same fucking strength of schedule that the Patriots had this season. Mind you, during most of those years, Chris Hogan was arguably his best receiver. A fucking lacrosse player was arguably his best receiver. Anyways, this isn't about Tom Brady. This isn't about Bill Belichick. This is about Drake May, and this is about Mike Vrabel, and the Patriots going back to the Super Bowl. Despite the loss, and despite the fact that the Patriots are now the sole owners of the most Super Bowl losses, are the New England Patriots back? Yeah. I'd 100% say they're back. They're easily back. They found their head coach. They found their fucking quarterback. They have the right pieces around Drake May. They have Ramondre Stevenson. They have Travion Henderson. They have Stephon Diggs. They have Mac Hollins. I'm sorry about that. They have Kayshon Boutte. They have Will Campbell. Look, rookie year, it is what it is. That man is going into this offseason as Michael Jordan with the mentality of, yo, I took that Super Bowl loss personally. The Patriots are going to be back. They are 100% going to be back. And it's not even close. Buffalo, you had your time. Now it is time for the Patriots to run the table once again. Because I swear to God, if the Patriots find an offensive lineman in this year's draft to pair with Will Campbell, Drake May is straight up gonna have more time in the pocket to watch all three Godfather movies. So I think that's one of the biggest needs that the Patriots need to look into going into this offseason. Because, like I said, they already have Stephon Diggs as the main guy for wide receiver. If you can find another wide receiver in this draft to add to that core, hey, more power to you. Man. But yeah, like I said, 5 years. 5 fucking years. The Bills have had the opportunity of a lifetime to run the AFC East and did nothing with it. Absolutely nothing. As much as I love Josh Allen, you got no excuses, my guy. Like, you literally have no excuses moving forward going into next season. I know what I said, and I stand fucking by it. But barking tree spiders. What do you expect? But speaking of the Super Bowl, the Seattle Seahawks are your new Super Bowl champions, and it's crazy, fucking crazy, the amount of shit talking people have done towards Sam Darnold since he got drafted by the Jets. Why? Because they basically labeled Sam Darnold a bust. Darnold couldn't win the starting position in San Francisco and basically thought 2 winning seasons doesn't erase Darnold's past. Well, if you love dwelling on Darnold's past so much, I'll tell you what. I hear that the History Channel is looking for people to constantly talk about the past. And hey, if you're a Cowboys fan, I want to give him a ring. But Guess what Sam Darnold can say that no one else in his quarterback class can say? He is a Super Bowl fucking champion. Josh Allen can't say that. Lamar Jackson can't say that. And as much glazing as I do for Baker Mayfield because he found his home in Tampa Bay with the Buccaneers, he can't say that either. Sam Darnold is a Super Bowl champion. Why? Because the Seahawks had the right players around him. They had the right head coach for him. They had the right system for him. Tampa Bay, you better take notes. With Darnold being the first quarterback in his class to hoist the Lombardi Trophy, is it time to put some respect on Darnold's name? Fucking A, it is. It is definitely time because, like I said, we have seen what Darnold is capable of when you actually put some fucking players around him. The Jets set him up for failure because they believed in the fucking LeBron effect. They really thought that bringing in a guy like they really believed that bringing in a guy like Sam Darnold was going to change their whole organization and bring the Jets back to the playoffs. Guess what? That didn't work out. So he goes to the Carolina Panthers. Guess what? The Carolina Panthers didn't have shit. I mean, hell, I want to say for Bryce Young's third year, because his rookie year, we were ready. We had the bust label locked and fucking loaded before it was announced. Or actually, yeah, we had the bust label locked and fucking loaded. I'm pretty sure that Bryce Young is in his third year right now. Let me double check just so I got it right. But we basically saw Bryce Young work with the same cast that Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold worked with. And even Andy fucking Dalton. Okay, so Bryce Young was in his sophomore year, and in his rookie year, we had the bust label locked and freaking loaded when Andy Dalton took over the starting position. And I'll tell you what. Like, look, I honestly think that making Andy Dalton the starting quarterback over Bryce Young was the right move for the Carolina Panthers because you need a veteran to be in the starting position before you throw your fucking rookie to the Lions. Not the Detroit Lions, but hopefully y'all get what I'm saying. And in Bryce Young's second year, Carolina Panthers won the NFC South. Why? Because they actually went out and got the right players to put around Bryce Young. They actually had the right head coach as well. The Buccaneers got to get rid of Todd Bowles, and I'll tell you that right now. Todd Bowles cannot get out of his own fucking way. He can't. He will still run the same goddamn scheme that he's been running since he was a head fucking coach. But looks like the Carolina Panthers are definitely going to win the NFC South. On top of that, if the Bucs continue to keep having the Bucks continue to keep having Todd Bowles as their head coach, they're not winning shit anytime soon. They do have a very talented team, just a horrible head coach. But look, like I said, it is definitely time to put some respect on Sam Darnold's name. Why? Because, like I said, we have straight up seen what has happened when he has players around him, when he's in the right offensive scheme, when he has the right fucking head coach by his side. Super Bowl champion. Now, did Kenneth Walker deserve Super Bowl MVP? Absolutely. It's not even close. Yeah, of course he did. Guess what, though? Sam Darnold is still a fucking Super Bowl champion. And if you want to fucking argue that he doesn't deserve it, then you're probably a Josh Allen defender. But I will say this. We're not even a week out of being done with the Super Bowl, and Vegas has already come out with the odds of teams going to the Super Bowl and the chances of the Seahawks repeating. Can the Seahawks run it back and repeat? Oh, man, that is honestly tough. I really think they can run it back. I mean, look, you got Jackson Smith, and Jigba, Kenneth Walker. You're going to have Zach Charbonnet back real soon. That or he's going to be out for the season. But look, the Seahawks will have Kenneth Walker. They got a solid team. So it wouldn't surprise me if they were one of the teams that just come out of the NFC. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of teams on their trails. I honestly think that the Philadelphia Eagles are going to be one of those teams. The LA Rams are definitely going to be another team that are going to be hot on the Seahawks trail. But I honestly think that the Patriots are going to be on that revenge tour. So we're going to have to wait and see how this season turns out. I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be enjoyable. But I'll tell you what, we're going to take our final commercial break. When we come back, we're going to make some college basketball predictions. Stay tuned. It's going to be fun. It's going to be awesome. We'll be right back.
one you love to hate. Andrew Anderson spitting truth that just can't wait. Got a podcast like a punch right to your face. College sports villain, taking it over the place. I bring the facts whether you like it or not. Dropping truth bombs, giving it all I got. They call me a villain. Well, I wear that badge with pride. Nothing but secrets they try to hide. I'm rocking my veins, rebellious to the core. I won't back down, won't take it anymore. The bad guy of the podcast world, that's me. Unleashing the truth, setting it all free.
Nobody can stop me now.
All right. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. We got some college basketball predictions that need to be made, and I'll tell you what, some of these are some pretty good ones. First up, we got 20th ranked Clemson going into Cameron Indoor Stadium in Durham, North Carolina to take on 4th ranked Duke. Look, Duke has never, and I mean never, been a sideshow clown when it comes to college basketball. You know what? Give me Duke in this one. Anyways, yeah. Like I said, give me Duke in this one. But I'm expecting a close game. Next up, we got Fordham going into Kingston, Rhode Island to take on the Rhode Island Rams, and the Rams are currently 14-10. Look, the Rams are always going to be a sleeper team as the March Madness tournament approaches. Give me fucking Rhode Island in this one. Next up, oh God, I wish this wasn't the case. I wish it wasn't. But we got the 17-7 UCLA Bruins going into the Chrysler Center in Ann Arbor, Michigan to take on the 2nd-ranked Wolverines. Anyways, give me the Michigan Wolverines in this one. Next up, we got number 9 Kansas going into the Hilton Coliseum in Ames, Iowa to take on the 5th-ranked Iowa State Cyclones. You know what? Kansas is already riding the wave of momentum of taking down the number 1 seeded Arizona Wildcats. Give me the Kansas Jayhawks. Kansas has never been a joke in college basketball. You can quote me on that. Next up, we got Northwestern going into the Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln, Nebraska to take on 7th-ranked Nebraska. Give me the goddamn Cornhuskers in this one. Anyways, after that, we got 17th-ranked St. John's, who is currently 19-5, going into Amica Mutual Pavilion in Providence, Rhode Island to take on the Providence Friars, who currently sit at 11-14. Providence has never been a joke when it comes to college basketball. In fact, they've been a sleeper team for college basketball. But in this game, give me St. John's, baby. Next up, we got Texas A&M going into the Memorial Gymnasium in Trashville, Tennessee to take on the 19th-ranked Vanderbilt Commodores. I'll be honest, I really didn't see Vanderbilt being this fucking good in outside of college football. But you know what? Give me the goddamn Commodores, baby. All right. Next up. Yeah. You know what? Next up, we got the Furman Paladins, who currently sit at 16-10, going into Cameron Hall in Lexington, Virginia, to take on the, I hope I don't butcher this, to take on the Virginia Military Institute, who is currently 6-20. Yeesh. Give me Furman, baby. Next. Sorry, I'm looking at some other games to go over right now. All right. Oh, here we go. This is going to be a good one. Next up, we got 25th ranked Kentucky going into the Stephen C. O'Connell Center in Gainesville, Florida to take on the defending national champions, Florida. You know what? Give me Florida. I think Florida goes on a run, goes over the Purdue Boilermakers, and gets their name into the top 10 rankings. Oh, actually, you know what? This one actually just caught my eye. I think this is going to be a good one. Next up, we got the 19-5 Villanova Wildcats, who have always been a sleeper team for college basketball. And on top of that, when it comes to other sports like lacrosse, do not sleep on Villanova. Why? Because they are always going to be in the college lacrosse tournament. But in this case, we got Villanova. Oh, thank God. But in this case, we got Villanova going into the CHI Health Center in Omaha, Nebraska. Really? That's where Creighton is. The more you know. We got Villanova going into Creighton to take on the 13-12 Blue Jays. I honestly think Villanova is going to pull this one out and get the win. All right. Next, let's see here. Oh, next up, this is basically a throwaway game. We got Kansas State going into the Fertitta Center in Houston, Texas, to take on the 13th ranked to take on the 3rd ranked Houston Cougars. Give me Houston, baby. Next up, we got Colorado going into the Marriott Center in Provo, Utah to take on the 22nd ranked BYU Cougars. Give me BYU. I mean, is it even close? Come on. All right, let's see here. I'm probably missing a bunch of other games of a lot of teams that are not ranked, but also doing good. But for right now, we got 13th ranked Purdue going into the Carver Hawkeye Arena in Iowa City, Iowa to take on Iowa, who is currently sitting at 18-6. You know what? A lot of things can happen, especially in college. Give me Iowa for the upset. All right. Next up, what do we got? All right. Next up, we got 16th ranked Texas Tech going into the McHale Memorial Center in Tucson, Arizona to take on the Wildcats. Man, look, I respect what Kansas did. I still have them winning against their opponent come Saturday, but give me the Wildcats in this one. It's not even close. Next up, we got a rematch from early on this season as Georgetown goes into the Gamble Pavilion in Storrs, Connecticut to take on the 6th ranked Huskies. Give me goddamn UConn, baby. Show them why you're the best in the burbs. If you know Chris Webby, then you know some serious fucking knowledge, baby. Next up, we got the 15th ranked Virginia Cavaliers going into the Bridgestone Arena. In Nashville, Tennessee, apparently, to take on the Ohio State Buckeyes. Virginia has never. Virginia has never. Virginia has always been a sleeper team when it comes to college basketball. And having said that, give me the goddamn Cavaliers. Next up, we got Auburn going into the Bud Walton Arena in Fayetteville, Arkansas to take on 21st ranked Arkansas Razorbacks. Give me Auburn for the upset. I know what I said. Next up, we got South Carolina Gamecocks, who are currently 11-13 right now, as they go into the Coleman Coliseum in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, to take on a 17-7 Alabama Crimson Tide. Andrew, my guy, love you, but give me Alabama in this one. As much as I hate saying it, but I know that I know your girl Emily is definitely smiling ear to ear because I said, or because I predicted Alabama to win in this game. Oh man! All right. Next up, hang on. Let me scroll down a little further. Okay, here we go. Next up, we got 12th ranked Gonzaga going into the Levy Center in Santa Clara, California, to take on the Santa Clara Broncos, who are surprisingly 22-5. But you know what? Again, that's my fault because I'm going off of ranked teams right now. So having said that though, look, Gonzaga never been a joke in college basketball. So give me the Bulldogs in this one. I honestly think they pull it off. I think it's going to be a close game, but if Santa Clara pulls it off, it honestly would not surprise me. In any case, that's all the time that we have tonight for the most uncut, unfiltered, and uncensored sports talk show you will find on social media. We had a lot of great topics to talk about. It was a fun time. It was a great time as well. But until next time, like I said, be sure to click one of the two links in the description of this video. If you want to check out truevictory.com, be sure to check it out. Veteran owned, veteran operated, awesome website, awesome merchandise. And like I said, if you're trying to get back into the gym, get back into fitness, be sure to click the other link that says Fit for Life Fitness, and be sure to check out the tab that says the best at-home workout programs available, and be sure to use code James K Body Bravo Oscar Delta India for 15% off when you sign up. And if you found what you've liked on TrueVictory.com, be sure to use code NoMercySports15 for 15% off your entire purchase. Hey, I hope everybody that tuned in had a great time and also had an awesome time. But until next time, don't add to the population, don't subtract from the population, don't end up in the hospital, dead, or in jail. If you end up in jail, be sure to call somebody whose phone number you know by heart, and then afterwards, be sure to establish dominance quickly. That's all the time that we have. Until next time, peace out.